Welcome to India's brave warriors. Today's video is on the First Battle of Pollilur, the day British power collapsed. In the late 18th century, two fierce battles were fought at a small town named Pollilur, located in Kanchipuram, present-day Tamil Nadu, India. In the First Battle of 1780, the mighty British East India Company faced one of its worst defeats, a humiliation they would never forget. A year later, they returned in 1781 to regain lost ground, but the memory of that first disaster haunted them. Because what happened at Pollilur wasn't just a defeat, it was a wake-up call. Behind that wake-up call stood a self-made legend, Hyder Ali, Sultan of Mysore. Born without royal privilege, he rose through sheer talent and grit. Hyder transformed Mysore's army into one of the most advanced in Asia, embracing gunpowder, cavalry. When the British allied with his rivals and broke diplomatic promises, he struck back, not with fury, but with strategy. By his side was his 29-year-old son, Tipu Sultan, brilliant, daring, and far ahead of his time. Tipu was no ordinary prince. He was a student of science and war, fluent in multiple languages, and obsessed with innovation. His signature weapon? The Mysorean rocket, iron-cased, smoke-trailing, and devastating. Tipu would later be called the Tiger of Mysore, but at Pollilur, he was already roaring. In August 1780, British Colonel William Bailey marched with over 3,500 troops to join another British force. But Hyder and Tipu had other plans. They intercepted Bailey's army near Pollilur. Tired, poorly supplied, and completely unprepared. British scouts failed. Local knowledge failed. What followed was a trap. From behind trees, hills, and trenches, Tipu's rocket brigades launched thousands of projectiles. These were no fireworks. They spun unpredictably, exploded midair, and set entire supply wagons ablaze. British lines disintegrated in the smoke. Horses panicked. Elephants rampaged. Mysorean cavalry surged in with swords drawn. The British were not just losing, they were crumbling. Colonel Bailey tried to form a last-ditch defensive square, but his men were surrounded. Over 800 British and sepoy soldiers were killed. The rest, including Bailey himself, were captured and taken prisoner. Pollilur 1780 was more than a battlefield. It was a graveyard of British arrogance. Though the British returned in 1781 and claimed a stalemate, they never erased the shadow of their earlier defeat. The impact was global. The British, stunned by the use of rockets, later reverse-engineered them, eventually creating the Congreve rockets used in the Napoleonic Wars. Tipu Sultan would refine these designs further, using metal cylinders, stabilizing rods, and coordinated rocket volleys. He wasn't just a warrior, he was an innovator who weaponized science. If you believe India's warriors deserve more than just a passing line in history books, like and share this video. Subscribe to India's brave warriors for untold stories of courage, brilliance, and resistance.